That's not good enough. Randomly just losing subscribers every 10 minutes. That's not good enough. I have to have my stream cut. Let me go get my paper towel. I don't know. Shit, just dark live. Just dark live. Like, just leave it dark. But then still got me like I have better things to do today. Corporate dropped. I'm gonna have a great day regardless. I'm going to go get me some water. So, I'm like, damn. And that happened last time. It literally happened last time that I was here. Just cut people off in the middle of their stream. I just don't understand. I really don't. Let me go ahead and get my people on the charger real quick before I get distracted. Luckily, corporate dropped today. I'm like, jeez. Oh no. That's not good enough. Losing subscribers is not good enough. No, let's just keep cutting your stream. I'm like, all right, babe. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. I have to charge up my computer real quick before I even get started here. Charge up. I'm trying to get the chargers. Thank you. And then I'm literally just trying to have a great Tuesday. When I see it, I was just trying to have a great Tuesday. Hey, Jazzy, how you doing? Look, I had cut the light off. How was that? It doesn't look that bad, right? I had cut the light off. Still didn't get no red to wipe my glasses, but we're just gonna corporates here, okay? We're just excited and we are blessed and highly favored that corporate dropped a video today. hello, Jet 67. Hello. Whatever 67 supposed to mean, I'm not necessarily sure, but hello. Thank you for being here. Just make sure you subscribe, because you know YouTube, they just, you know, they'll just be going through their monthly cycle, where they just randomly unsubscribe people. So thank you for joining the live. I appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Like two live streams running right now. It's so random. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Sir and Angela. I think it's kind of like proofreading. Like, you got to, like, proofread it. Hey, Jackson. Hey. Look, like, you got to proofread it before you just... Let me get him his thumbs up, because you'll be talking in the chat, and then I'll be sitting there looking like, what? With you? I don't... Like, what? I don't know, my love. Let me get the little opener for that. Hey, how you been? I've been well. How are you, Eric? Oh, thank you for those hearts. Oh, my face is so very ashy.
So I'm writing an essay on cats. Cats in art history. I'm an art history major, and this final is due on Friday. Same day, I'm going on a road trip with my best friend Gabby. Luckily,
Go ahead and skip through.
This
He be
episode
having
was
that music
definitely
on the top of
sponsored
it.
by Current. What are
Well,
you
it is
doing?
music, but-
Why do y'all procrastinate so
And then,
much?
you know, he
All
has
you
5
gotta do is
minutes
tap that like
5
button for
minutes
me
of
real
credit, so
quick,
we-
real
we have
fast.
time.
Go ahead, get that out the way.
Definitely. Do you listen to rap,
Appreciate you.
Maybe.
Big Twan, like, man, we gotta do self-checkout.
Ooh, I
We
listen
gotta
to
do
rap.
self-checkout. I'm just thinking he wanted it more so for the convenience. I'm outside of the self-checkout waiting for them to finish up. The manager of Walmart come walking toward me. He got local authority standing next to him. He come next to me, whisper in my ear, hey, Court, I love everything you're doing. You got a little problem, your homie Big Twine. Several items in that basket he didn't pay for. I love everything you doing, so I'm not gonna let this situation go past the store. I'ma just have him to return them items where they
St.
belong.
John, I believe he's West Side. He has a playlist. So I do listen to St. John. I believe he's West Side, if I'm not mistaken.
Blessings
I mean,
whole
as far as,
time.
like, what he
On
called the
March
music now,
1st, I am
think
blessing
I
10
don't
of
know,
my
don't get me.
active Instagram
people like
followers
you.
with $100 each
I'm
just
just
for
saying,
liking a
I
comment on my
listen.
page under the support act. So make sure you hit that follow on Instagram and rock with me.
quick
Blessings.
pick me up, you know.
Whole
you just-
time, my
I'm just
clothing
trying to
line
go to
Advanced
Kroger. I'm
Prep
just trying to go
Clothing
to
Company is
Publix.
out.
I need to
Make
be
sure
in
y'all
and
slide
out.
to the website.
10 items in my
But
head.
if you go
I
over
just
there
need
and it ain't nothing left for
Future
y'all to
get me
purchase,
in and out of the grocery
just
store.
make sure you look in the mirror and
know,
curse
I need
yourself out.
Tekashi 6ix9ine
But
to
nah,
just get me
new
in and out,
pieces is
in
on the
and
way. So make sure y'all go and sign up for those notifications so you can be
Of course I
notified
listen to rap
first.
music.
D Brooks exclusive.
If I love you, it's nothing I ain't gon' do. But if we get into it, ain't no truce. I don't gotta figure you ain't no rules. Cry inside, I can't let you see you hurt me, ain't no bruise. Ain't no truce, ain't no truce, yeah. Ain't no truce, ain't no truce, yeah. When it's up, it's through the roof, yeah. Ain't no love, ain't no truce, yeah. I don't even rock with people, but I liked you. Crazy how you switched up. I could really back you, but I ain't spiteful. I can't be mad at nobody but myself.
He's still considered rap as well.
G.I. really rose here for getting that last freestyle to an M. Like, it's rappers out here who ain't even seeing the M. And to the ones who is hating, I'm still young and I'm rich and I'm still broke, but this ain't no diss. This ain't no diss. It was 2019 when I made my first hit. I'm only 15 in the club, so you know that I'm lit and I'm.
You
a big fan of Ja Rule?
Video. I need to go over there and
Why?
check out her
Oh God.
music video. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with this hair.
Tell us more.
Sometimes I be
Blessings.
braided.
Why is he your favorite
I guess
artist?
this is called the
Whole
twist style, but
time.
I don't really know. Music, loud or quiet. Listen. It
Hi,
depends.
I'm Monica Marie.
You know, I
and
like
if you're
meditation
interested
music,
in
like Church
content
Placebo.
discussing
I don't like it too
God,
loud.
scriptures, faith, and
I
just
don't
staying
like my
encouraged,
meditation music, like, too loud.
stop by my
But if
channel
I'm
and
listening
please
to some
subscribe
rap,
to Eternal
I know
Being
how y'all feel
on
about,
YouTube.
Ye with that
Peace
what
and
is
truth
it?
in Jesus
Hail
Christ.
Hitler.
I'm out.
On the
But
last
the music, you gotta cut the speakers up.
episode of Dragon Ball Z. Now, the last episode of That's About to Be Like Part 120, Part 13. Me and Teezy successfully traveled to Parkway Gardens, aka O Block. My advice is
Listen to Hail Hitler with the beat up, with the music up, the bass. Cause you know, listen, I don't know if you heard, but my guy DJ Ralphie, he just came out with a video that dropped 3 weeks from today. I can't remember the name of it. Boom 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 boom. Cause we had heard it yesterday. He teach you how to play music. He got the bass, the guitar, he had the melody, he had the claps and everything. I was like, oh my goodness, I did need somebody to teach me how to make music. I get so tired of being copyrighted.
we would be retrieving the cheesecake from a Miss Lisa, that of whom resided in the 6450 building.
Shout out to
In
DJ
the midst of
Rabbit.
trying to find our way, we end up being approached by a gargantuan old blockhead by the
And we
name.
have to give him his props because he is not ugly. He is giving chocolate yummy.
Yeah, right
Giving chocolate yummy for sure.
at with our dumb eyes, talking about some you gotta come with us. And there wasn't nowhere we could run. It was
easy.
on court. We end up being contracted for free to clean up one of his homies' cribs and Molly made it us.
What them push-up shoulder?
I'm about had Teasy bagging up garbage and clearing
I
counter.
don't know why, but then you see all these bags of trash hanging off of the door. Stop living like that. With these bags of trash hanging off the door.
And had me dropping down to my lowest denominator to sweep the floor with a broom head and a dustpan.
Not lowest denominator. Okay, fractions. I got a third grader, honey.
Javen ended up partaking in a huddle with his homies after the shootout with Big Twine and G Raven. After discovering that Big Twine was behind the shots that was fired, Javen declared that I had to be dealt with, still under the impression that I was the one dropping lows. One of Ike homies ended up sliding through and showing us some grace, allowing us to be discharged from our janitorial duties. Escorted us right to the 6450 building we had been looking for.
With this cheesecake, honey, it's a lot going on. We need to be in and out, in and
I
out.
just built a budgeting app in Base
In and out
44.
with this cheesecake.
Guys,
And it wasn't the
Nina
same
just built an
cheesecake
app.
that she gave you.
To grab the cheesecake from Miss
I don't know
Lisa.
what happened to her. She looked like she had just, I don't know.
Big Twine was trying his best to endure the gunshot wound he had received during the shootout with Javen and Cam. G Raven had rushed him to the hospital, prayerful that he wouldn't end up succumbing to his injury.
It's succumbing, but we know what he meant.
With a successful send-off man mission, me and Teasy brought the cheesecake back to mine. His goons had returned our personal belongings, pipes and cell phones and such, and we returned the loaner phone and air tags, and was told
So
to
what was the I need y'all help? Oh, if he was gonna tell Teasy about the old lady. And
gone.
what happened with Javen with the body in the river. Child, I wouldn't tell him shit. But he ended based off of the thumbnail, we know he gonna end up telling her.
Till the next time we was summoned to complete another mission. Hopping back in traffic, me and Teasy was reflecting on the events of the night.
Tell Teasy shit. The less the better. I would not tell Teasy anything, but we know.
In the midst, Teasy ended up inquiring about what was the situation with the old lady, want details. I was a little skeptical about sharing, and that's when I asked for y'all help.
Well, the people are spoken.
Well, the people have spoken.
Don't tell him, please. You know he is, based off of the thumbnail. Don't.
And y'all have elected
No.
for me to let them know what's up.
Say less.
Say less.
Don't do it.
With a deep side eye. So yeah, my cousin had popped somebody. And me, Big Twine and him,
Why would he tell?
we got rid of the body. Dumped it in Lake Michigan, but whole time,
Old lady.
during the process of transporting, we ran into the lady. And she saw us. Teasy. Oh, nah.
Look.
We gotta get that lady going on the ASAP side.
See what I mean?
I'm telling you. Teasy. Hey, you know where she stay? I can only assume that she stay in the same building where Buddy got popped at.
True.
Cause when we was coming down the steps, she was under the porch
Smoking a seed.
with a house coat on. Teasy, oh yeah? We need to pop out early to mine. Stake out. Sit in front of the creek. You know what? That sound like a plan. Teasy. Shit is that then? Fuck you time that.
Look, he
appreciate
extra
you.
excited. I would have never told Teasy. Shit.
Teasy. Of course, boy. You know what the going on? Would you want me to beam you to the crib?
Yeah.
Blessings and hell yeah. Teasy. Say less. Bro slide me to the slot. Ain't never been so happy to see my bed. Especially after running all around the city on public transportation. I pull out my phone to try to call Big Twine.
Ooh, voicemail.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept.
Straight to voicemail. He was either knocked out or somewhere being freaky. I was too tired to try to figure it out. Motherfuckers just gonna hit his line to mine. I lay down, try to catch some shut-eye. I had an early start to mine. Night-night. The next morning, slump. I end up getting a call. Wake me up out my sleep. Feeling around for my phone, I pick it up. It was the child services office answering out. Hello? The lady. Grand day. This is Miss Chella calling from child services. I hope I didn't wake you. Oh no. You good, Queen? I was finna get up anyway. Thank you. I was hoping you can come into the office today. It's some paperwork we need you to complete so we can finalize everything. No problem. I get there. What time should I pull up? Actually, the sooner the better. When can you come in? With a deep sigh, okay. I'm finna get ready and head straight there. Wonderful. I'll see you soon. Not indeed. Thank you so much. You welcome.
Okay, iPhone 17.
Hang up. The conversation alone just reminded me of Tia. I miss that girl. I ended up getting another call. It was Teasy. Hello? Grand Rising Fakes. Grand Rising G. Teasy. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm ready to get active. What about you? Motherfuckers just got up, but nah, it's that today for sure. Cause who you telling? I got Duffy full of items to seize a senior citizen. Opening his bag key on foes. Motherfuckers got Bingo G24. Bingo, bro. Old ladies love bingo. Let's see what else I got in here. Epsom salt. Fuck time about boy soaking shit. Nah. I know what I know. Time about boy.
At least it's the brand Epsom salt. Like, at least it ain't no. I think that's Dr. Teal, if I'm not mistaken.
Sugar Mama's in my time. Let me see what else I got in here. I got AARP.
Not AARP. I like the little bag. It was at Louis. I believe that's Louis Vuitton, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey.
She done lost her strap, so
a AARP card. I'm telling you, folks.
That is Dr. Teal's, okay. I'm making sure I had it right.
Chuckles, not bro. I gotta bust a little move downtown, but I'ma hit you after I'm finished with that. Come school me from there.
At this point, you're probably not avoiding therapy because of stigma. You're probably avoiding therapy because you've become very good at coping. So good that you stop noticing how heavy everything feels. As a therapist who goes to therapy herself, it's important to remember that your mind and body hold on to every stressor you don't have time to process. That stress shows up as exhaustion.
I don't know. I haven't done Pilates in a really
ability.
long time. Pilates used to be like a big thing back in the day. Who had that little Pilates DVD set, part 1, part 2? Somebody who had that. And it used to be like real. I love me some good Pilates. You know what I mean? Just cardio.
Say less. Just hit me. Before hanging up, I had my day cut out for me and I ain't had no time to waste. I get up and get ready. A little more than an hour and a half later, I make it downtown to child services. Miss Chella, Bartholomew, thank you for coming in on such a short notice. Here's the paperwork for you to complete. No problem, Queen. Thank you. Before stepping up and grabbing the papers.
Them lots then came a long way, haven't they?
But pen by chance?
We didn't swap colors and some more stuff.
She grabbed one out of her desk, handing it to me. Here you go. Thank you kindly. Before proceeding to fill out, after the paperwork is completed, you can actually pick up Milan tomorrow.
Ooh.
looking up,
Tomorrow.
yeah. We almost one technical difficulty, but you don't have to worry about that right now. Looking up from the paperwork, oh, what was that?
Right.
They didn't have a problem with my living situation, did they? Actually, everything was okay with that. Milan's grandmother?
We forgot she had randomly popped up trying to get Milan.
Inquiring about custody. Her grandmother? Tia's mama?
Right.
Nah, she wouldn't have wanted that, I ain't gonna lie to you. Miss Chella, yeah. That's a whole process that she would have to go through, which she probably wouldn't be successful with anyway.
How so?
So it's nothing to worry about.
She probably gonna try
Okay.
to go through it anyway, though. Don't.
Well, I'm glad to know. Miss Chella, I'm surprised the little diva ain't popped out here yet.
Okay.
Moment after, here come Milan. Finally, tomorrow I'm getting that FDO FTF before hitting her little scuba dance.
Hey.
Miss Chella. There she go.
Yeah, look, Milan.
Yes. It's gonna be about your first day out the feds.
I'm trying to tell you.
How you feel about that?
Look, mom and dad. Look at daddy, child. Look at these two. What happened to your forehead? Look at that bump.
Yeah, I walked this little town down.
Look with her little gloves. She look like she got on a little makeup or something. I'm like, child, you know that.
I had to be getting out, chuckling. I love that for you, Queen. Before placing my last segment.
Certified. I told me, man, we thought Brazil was certified. Well, I mean, you know, Milan ain't got nothing on Brazil, child. We met Brazil at this age.
On the paperwork,
He love
and
putting them kids to work. I love this for him.
over to Miss Chella, placing it to the side sheet. First thing tomorrow morning? Yeah. First thing tomorrow morning.
Oh, you know something gonna happen. You know something's gonna happen. And then grandma gonna swoop right in.
Milan, yay! Let's go to Sky Zone tomorrow. I'll let you know. I know what that means. Mom used to say that to me all the time and never let me know.
What happened to your twist? What you took your twist?
We'll see, Milan. Miss Chella, we'll see you tomorrow, Bartholomew. Thank you so much. No problem, Queen. See y'all tomorrow. Milan, see you tomorrow before running off. I was about to be a parent, crazy, oblivious to me. Milan grandma was gonna show me what crazy really was. Meanwhile, Javen and his homies was getting ready.
I already said it. Like, we seen how she popped up out of nowhere.
Down on Look, and how we finna get up with him? What's the plan? Can't folk before we figure out it. For what y'all think? Nike Tech with Jen or Advanced Prep with Drake? Look, Ant, man, go Nike Tech with Jim, bro grade. Look, Cam, good decision. Javen, damn, my cousin did move in with Auntie Marie, but I don't know where she stay. Look, Ant, houses we gon' find them? It's too big of a city to be playing Marco Polo. Javen, I'm finna call his OG and see if I can get the address up out of her. Maybe she'll have it.
Oh, Lord, please don't tell me she finna just be giving out ad. Well, I guess she wouldn't suspect anything because this is the cousin. Come on, OG, please.
He pull out phone, FaceTime my OG, answering surprise. She, hello? He, yeah, it's me. How you been? She, boy, I ain't talked to you in forever. Boys got all deep and shit. Javen, yeah, I'm growing up a little bit. She, you using protection? You better not be out here playing crazy with these little fast tail girls. He, of course, every time I don't play. Look, and boy, yo ass, lying yo ass, definitely sushi game. Javen, don't listen to him. He lying. She, yeah, alright now. But what's up, baby? Javen, yeah, but you know the address Bartholomew staying at now? She, why don't you just ask him, baby? Javen, I wanted to surprise him with a big gift. But being a big cousin and always looking out for me. She, a gift. I hope it's an apartment, cause that nigga homeless. He, no, I can't afford nothing like that, but it's just token of my appreciation. She, oh, that's nice. Well, I'm finna text it to you right now. He, thank you so much, I appreciate you. She, of course. You be safe out here now, baby. Javen, yes ma'am. Before hanging up, he, bingo. My dead cousin, Lil' Aunt, she don't even know, she just dropped UAV. Javen, easy like Sunday morning. Look, Cam, hey, where my pipe at, folk? Looking, nod toward the dresser. Handy dandy, right there, ready for use. Teasy scooped me from downtown after I left the child services office. I appreciate you for scooping me, bro. He all nah for sure. You good? Usually a motherfucker go downtown, they got some real business to handle, folks. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I had to finalize a little adoption I'm finna partake in. Double taking, adoption.
Why they got the camera all on under Teasy nose?
You finna get a kid, bro?
The police officer
I'm like, why you got the camera
at
all
the scene told me
under
to
his
never sue the
nose
driver
like
who
that?
crashed into me after my car accident. I took his advice and got $100,000 for my accident without suing, without going to court, and without dealing with insurance directly. At first, I thought he was out of his mind. Everyone sues after accidents, right? That's just what you do.
Hell yeah. It's a long story, but I'm finna be up under that act though. Oh yeah? That's honorable as hell, shit.
That's what I'm saying too.
Type shit. Nah, but we focused on the older generation today though, bro. You ready, folks? Nah, I'm ready, bro. Let's get busy. Motherfucker do need to put something on their stomach though. Let's grab something to eat.
What do we do this early in the morning?
I say less. We pull up to Wilma's Famous Barbecue at 4433 West 211th Street, Madison. We bopping sad. Fresh barbecue in the air. I peeped it was an express type location. When you was trying to partake in some Wilma.
See this menu, honey. Pork hot links, seafood, tenders, turkey tip combo, turkey links, fries, beverages, pizza puff for Polish, chicken and seafood combo. Let me go. I'm just trying to see what's going on with Wilma's. The menu.
Barbecue in the air. I peeped it was an
ain't got no cheese.
express type location.
Let me see. Rib tips. Rib tip combo, chicken tip combos, chicken tips, chicken wings. Decent prices.
Trying to partake in some Wilma's, but on the go type.
Sir, please. Okay. Monday special, Tuesday special, Wednesday. Sides dessert. She got lemon cake, caramel cake, sweet potato cake, taffy grapes. Peach cobbler, sweet hot pickles. Sweet sour garlic pickle cookie. Okay.
Damn, I ain't even know they had a Wilma's in Madison whole time. Teasy, hell yeah, this is my favorite location to come to. The Cashier. Welcome to Wilma's Famous Barbecue. May I help y'all? I think I'm finna go small turkey tip. Looking me up and down, Teasy turkey tip. I'm coming chicken tip. Fucking time out. Boy, you tweaking. What's your preference? You coming turkey tip or chicken tip? The Cashier. It's chicken for me, but whatever your preference is. Well, see, turkeys is usually associated with Thanksgiving, and I'm a thankful motherfucker, so that's probably why you feel you probably not really the grateful type for real. Shit, what? Anyways, a small turkey tip for you, a small chicken tip for you? Exactamente. What you trying to drink, bro? Teasy. What Gucci say? I'm moving slow cause codeine syrup in my lemonade. But hold the codeine syrup though. Yeah, 2 lemonades. How much that'll be? After ringing up our request, your total $41.46. Blessings reaching my pocket, Teasy. Nah, I got it. Bro, the least I could do is pay for the meal, bro. You already finna, you know what I'm saying, help me with the little whoopty bam. I got some extra money anyway, I got it. I appreciate the kind gesture, King, but perhaps another time. Ain't no next time, bro. I currently
come through with the current promo.
Current card, you got one of those too, bro? Let me check. You done partook in one of them paycheck advances, right? And they let
never mind, I can't
deposit your paycheck up to 2 days early. And with the bill card, they can help you build your credit, can't it? Yes, sir. And you can get up to 4% bonus on your savings account.
That's not bad for savings. Okay, 4% come through current.
And those, I gotta get my hands on one. Cashier. Is y'all finished with y'all commercial or tease? Oh shit. hand a card. She swipe it, hand it back. Approved. It's gonna be like a 15-minute wait. Your order'll be right up.
Okay, thank you.
Nah, then me and Teasy step to the side to wait for our food. Out of peripheral, Teasy peak pound cake. Pardon me, I partake in a panoramic presentation. Well fed. A moment after, two adolescents run into the restaurant. Bully type activity. One of them, come on man, leave me alone. I'm just trying to get something to eat. The antagonist, boy, you ain't about to eat nothing but this knuckle sandwich. The other one, come on man, I ain't got a taste for that. Please, just spare me. The
Why
antagonist,
is it giving me August Alsina at
ask what your preference was, clown. Him up, shorty. Why you doing that little boy like that?
Oh, we ain't seen her in a minute.
Random dude hop out his seat. I got this, man. Hey, what's going on with y'all two, man? One up, man, I'm just trying to come in here and get some nourishment. But he won't let me. Buddy, man, young King, y'all supposed to be loving each other. What's going on? Love folks. Man, who is you, Martin Luther King? Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Not Martin Luther
Buddy,
King.
man, where you from, man? Where your parents? Love folks, man, I ain't got none. I'm out here thugging. I'm used to soda and nuggets. Buddy, man, I can see it in your eyes, King. All you need is a little love. You'll be alright. Love folks, remove glasses, see, you right. Start crying. Buddy, step forward. Grab him up. Love and embrace. You gonna be alright. Consoling him. Shorty, oh my God. That was so thoughtful. Buddy, I'm just doing what a grown man's supposed to do. Shorty, you know what? The world need more men like you. Buddy, taking away.
Where do you know her from? It's giving I've seen her before. I can't quite put my finger on where I saw or know her from. I can't.
Yes, you probably need a man like me too. Cooking, you know.
Like, what do we know her from?
I just might. Up in phone, what's your number again? I ain't hear you. 312-682-5252. Ooh, drawn. After gathering her things, called me and pimped off. Buddy watched her walk out the door before participating in celebratory activity with those kids. One of them, yeah, we did that, Dad. And the other one, and I want my $100 Robux gift card, Dad. Buddy, I got you. Before they pimp out, they funny as hell. Cashier, your order ready? Blessings. Before grabbing the food, me and Teasy get up out of there.
I like that little jacket.
Once I figured out that Shopify was a thing, I never turned back. I can create a...
We parked close by the old lady building, bust down portions. I told you should have got the turkey tips, bro. These motherfuckers is hitting. Damn, they're biting his own fingers, Teasy. I'ma see what's to the turkey next time, folks. I'ma just have to see what's to that pollo next time, folks. In the midst of chewing his food, Teasy, you know this lady schedule by chance? Hell nah. We only seen her one time and it was at night. Posted on her back porch. Teasy, well shit. We posted like a mailbag. I posted for sure. The next moment, my ocular catch the old lady walking across the street with that orange iPhone in hand. She was about to hop into the back seat of a car. I can only assume it was a ride share. Teasy, damn. God be working swiftly.
I just had a flashback of when what's his name? Not Josh. I'm thinking of Josh because he drops today. He got a comedy special that he what's the dude name? Something Johnson. I can't think of his name. The Johnson dude and the Cornelius dude with Young Dolph, when they was staking him out, I just had this flashback and I was like, I bet that's how they felt too. You know?
Bell and Uber? Nah, Granny, come here. We finna do something to you. She bell in. They pull off. Bingo. After trailing about 45 minutes later, she pull over. We right behind her at a safe distance away. This lady that had us follow her all the way out to Indiana. And it looked like she must be here to see her dude. Some guy out there singing, isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Happy to see her pulling up, the old lady.
Let me go get Cole real quick. Hold on. Let me see what he talking about. Take me a phone real quick. Oh, I hear him. He tripped me up. You know, he don't play about that little breast milk. He don't play about that breast. Hold on, let me put my robe back on. I joined the group again. Who was that? Jackson. Oh, okay, Jackson. So I'm like, hello, I joined the group again. I must have been gone. Probably weren't paying attention. Oh, Jackson. Would you moderate? Okay. I'm back. Oh, where my glasses? I left them on the table. Hold on. Some breast milk. That's all. Can you blame him? Yeah, blame him. I said that my face was a little ashy. Let me get it together. Listen, this is why I have to wear the same clothes every day. And you gotta be able to wear something that you can do. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Come on, let's finish, please.
Bop out the car, slow and steady, elderly like. Teasy, nah, folk, ain't no way. He gotta be blind. GPS on Wacker Drive. He lost route walking up to her, hugging the air. Teasy on folks. Damn. Folks is blind. She, can't see. What is you doing?
With that beard.
He get the panicking. He, where you at, baby, where you at? The old lady, I'm right here. Stop all that hollering and carrying on. Can't see. Oh, I've been waiting to see you. 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 She, but okay. Do you got my money? He, see, you do me like this all the time. Why every time I see you, it's about some money? I thought love don't cost a thing. She, do I look like Nick Cannon to you? I don't know where you got that from. You gotta pay to play. He, Miss Moon, I never in my life laid eyes on somebody so cold-hearted. She, you never laid eyes on nobody. You been blind since you was born. Did you forget? He, come on now, you getting over on me now. How much you want for it, Miss Moon? She, what that stud say, bro? Willa, 2,500 flat. He, come on, Miss Moon, 2,500. You know I don't come outside the house with that type of money on me. She, I take Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, whatever you choose. He, come on now, you.
Listen, child, call it out. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. We have Zelle, Apple Pay. Is that everybody? I believe that's everybody, if I'm not mistaken. Because Cash App will let you tap the card. Oh, don't forget Chime. Not whatever they had going on just a few minutes ago. I don't know nothing about no Chime glitch, and I feel like it was very ironic that I had emailed Chime to close my credit builder account, because it's not what it was advertised to be. And so I made sure that I had closed my credit builder account, and then I was watching what it looked like TV, and some Chime glitch. But I know you can add money onto your Chime account instantly using Apple Pay. They just added that feature, which is super great. Now you don't have to wait 2-3 days for a transfer and stuff like that. And so that's pretty good. But the difference is, everybody has perks and stuff like that. Everybody got their own money perks, so to speak. And so with Cash App, she don't let everybody, but she do let a few people. You can send money from your credit card. Now, it ain't everybody credit card. It's only specific ones. Trust me, I went through, and, my American Express did clear. both of them clear. And so I can send money from my credit card. It don't necessarily have to be from my banking account. Now, of course, you will have your fee for sure, because Cash App can't run all for free. You're going to have to pay the fee. But that's even better if it's coming off of my credit card. I was like, I can send money off of my credit card? Girl, stop playing with me. I'm just thinking.
Playing with me too much now. Hold on, give me a second. Before pulling the phone out and tapping on the back of that month, Miss Moon, I tell you what, let me help you with that. Before grabbing his phone to initiate the transaction, he so sweet, Miss Moon, the sweetest thing I ever known. Teasy, damn, she out here hustling, flowing motherfuckers. Miss Moon, okay, see you now. Can't have my Uber waiting too long. He, come on now, what else on say? What you gonna do for me, daddy, for real? What you gonna do for my birthday? Give me some love before you get up out of here. Miss Moon, all right, give me a hug. Step over here, there's too many people over here watching. And grab Buddy's arm and led him over toward the side. Had him walking backwards. I don't know if this was gonna be elderly's gone wild or what. He, come on now, what I'm waiting on? Walked his little ass over to a street light pole, pimped off. Feeling around for a heat. She's a brick house. He get the grabbing for the pole. Whole time he thinking he hugging on something that's been working out solid from the gym. That is a neighborhood lamp, king. I never teasy as we proceed. And he pulled off to follow her in the Uber. She ended up bopping into a dialysis center that wasn't too far away. Teasy, for we got a post up outside a dialysis center with a deep breath out. It's gonna be a long day. Meanwhile, Javen and his homies was posted up parked down the street from my Aunt Marie crib, waiting to catch sight of me so they can get wild. Look, and how long you think before he pop out, bro? I'm ready to pop his top. Javen, I don't even know, but however long it take, we out here posted. On my dead cousin, Cam. Man, let's just run in the crib. Come on, Javen. Hell no, TT might be enough. Cam, for that's his auntie on his mama side, gang. You his cousin on his daddy side. Javen. So what, bro? She ain't got shit to do with nothing. Cam, for ain't no telling how long we finna be in here, gang. We might as well ambush that motherfucker. Look, I think that's a great idea. Excited.
Oh my grandma, I need y'all help. What y'all think we should do? Should we wait till Bartholomew pop out and cook his ass? Or should we go inside the crib and get busy? Drop it in the comments and let us know. And on the next episode of Black Chicago, be like part 120, part
15.
Part 15, folks.
Yeah, part 15. Y'all let us know, man. We waiting on y'all. Oh, God.
You know, I'm not gonna condone. I hope she's strapped. Y'all don't be like the guy she mama over there. I hope she's strapped. I'm just saying. I hope she's strapped. Child Midas Touch got 113,000 people watching right now. Stop playing with them. And let me just see what's going on. Because there was a State of the Union address today.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
All of you still being out here? We know it's cold, but this mission is very important. We now have the privilege of being able to listen to Charlene Rochard, a model, an actress, and perhaps...
I'm just curious to know what he's talking about. That's all. Look here, let me give myself a thumbs up real quick. Nothing major, I'm just give myself a little thumbs up while I'm here. Because I'm like, you have to thumb yourself up. You go live or several times out the week, you try to build a little over here on YouTube, and like I said, you be ducking in and out during the day just to see like what's dropping during the day, and you be losing 2, 3, 4, 5 subscribers. I be working hard for, especially when you go live for 2, 3 hours and you only get 1 subscriber. I'm like, I be working hard for my subscribers, and so for me to just see them just drop like fly, like, come on, man, damn. It's open in 9 minutes. Let me just. I ain't listen. Let me see. Let me see. Before she get to. Oh, that copyright. Let me just see who's. I tell you. Oh. When Andrew was Charlie Kirk targeted. I told, when I first came on, did I not say Barron? Did I not say that we need to be over there with Barron? No, it was.
We've had a miraculous healing, ladies and gentlemen. We had a miraculous healing just yesterday.
What?
We reported that Erica Kirk was far too ill to do the Q&A at the Bible in 365 podcast that she was scheduled to do. But she survived. She is doing well. Traveling is the rumor. And tonight, we might get a glimpse of her. Hopefully not running her hands through the hair of the Vice President of the United States, but at the same event, the State of the Union tonight, which is the cause for us going a little early tonight.
Okay. You know, Barron, man, shout out to Barron, okay? Shout out to Baron Coleman, okay? Because remember, he was just over there talking to Candace. Now. And just, if we, was scroll down and check out his numbers and stuff, he was doing pretty good. He was doing pretty okay. He was chilling. But, man, if you don't stop playing with, go to his live. Go to his lives now, because those were just videos. Go to his live and check out them numbers. Check out them numbers yesterday. See, because I ain't finished watching it. I needed to go back. I need to go back. Check out these streaming numbers. Oh, that Baron. Knowing he's showing out over there. Was Tyler Robinson at Charlie Kirk event at UVU? The Eye in the Sky. A fly in the alibi was Erica in Utah when Charlie Kirk was hit. The Sweet Life. Erica Kirk's alleged role in her mom's alleged intelligence career. Where was Erica Kirk? And why can't she keep her story straight? Erica Franz feed Kirk. Creepy relation. Okay. TP. Okay. I'm trying to. I ain't know who I. It's these 3-hour streams that I can't. I was hoping he would have somebody over there in the tech department clipping through them, because I can't do 3 hours. He got somebody. I don't know. I just couldn't do them 3 hours. 3-hour streams. He got some good titles. And Andrew Kovac, slide back. Andrew, this one, the one that I was watching yesterday, he did.
Why are you not getting powerful erections even after taking an ED medication? It comes down to how arousal really works.
That's why
I was just as surprised as you guys all were that Kansas was not live tonight.
I know. Yesterday, I had said that Sunday. I was like, okay, we're going to stream Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then I came on yesterday, and Candace, she dropped the trailer, but she ain't go live. And so it threw everybody off. And so I got into bed, and I was laying down, and I was putting everybody to sleep, because you have to fake it until everybody go to sleep. And so I laid down, and I'm putting Cole to sleep, and putting Seth to sleep, and I'm like, okay, what are we gonna watch? What are we gonna watch? And so I had jumped on YouTube real quick because I'm like, let me see what's going on. Let me see, like, what can I watch? And it was nothing but Barron. And so I had started watching it because I'm like, well, what is Barron talking about? Because I think Coach, whoever that is, the coach, him. He had dropped a video and he was like, "Oh, Barron, he been doing." And I was like, "Well, what's going on with Barron? I know he was over there with Candace." And then this.
I don't know if the 1 minute countdown, the 2 minute countdown matters or not, but it's one less button I have to push. So I'm sticking with it for now. We'll see how it works out.
No, that's fine.
Welcome in. Welcome in. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
3 hours and 30. Come on, Barron, please. And there was this Andrew Colvett interview. Let me see, what is it right here? And he was talking about how he had met Charlie Kirk. And he was talking about how Jesse, it was we had heard about that name from somebody else. I can't remember how we heard about it. But he was working with somebody. I think it might have been Niecy who had told us about the guy who Andrew was working with, you know, who he was like, anyway, they was somewhere doing something in Florida. You know, child, listen, my recollection, honey, is, because I ain't get to finish. I didn't get to, like, this
is not a joking matter. I know we like to have fun on this program. We laugh and we make fun of people and we have a good time, but this is your soul. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. And my conclusion has a lot to do with that.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give you the conclusion after
okay.
we hear more from them. But I want you to hear it from him directly. This is sort of the setup. This isn't the best and most juicy part, but there's a golden nugget in this rambling answer he gives initially. And when I get to it, I'm going to pause it and I'm going to tell you this is totally changes my impression of what's happened to Charlie Kirk and how he ended up in the grave.
And I would be remiss if I didn't say that the real reason I'm here is because we had originally scheduled Charlie to come sit down with you. But I think what you said is probably accurate. I don't even describe myself as the host of the Charlie Kirk Show. Charlie is the host of the Charlie Kirk Show. And I see our job as being stewards of his mission.
I want to pause right there because I had the same look on my face. Ross Douthat is a very serious man. He's not prone to accept jargon. When Andrew Colvett said Charlie is the host of the Charlie Kirk Show, I thought,
present tense.
Andrew? Charlie's not with us anymore.
Present tense, right.
The show might be called the Charlie Kirk Show, but he's not the host. That might be a cool, weird expression that you guys use, and for stupid people or low IQ people, they might eat that up. Ross Douthat and your humble host both had that same look on our faces when we first heard that expression. Huh?
Right.
Charlie is the host of the Charlie Kirk Show?
Of his message. But yeah, Charlie and I, we started the show in 2019. May 2019 was our first episode, and we just did one podcast a week. And
which is, I should say, a lot.
Which is,
I can say now that I have a podcast of my own. But you were working at Turning Point before that.
Yeah, I'll go back a step. So
this is important. He's going to say how he ended up at Turning Point. I want you to ask the question in your mind as you're listening to this. Does it sound like Charlie intended to have Andrew Colvett and people associated with him embedded into Turning Point, or does it sound like
it was infiltrated?
Like maybe they pursued him.
It was definitely infiltrated. It was like, in hindsight, we can definitively come to a collective conclusion that it was infiltrated. Allegedly, I would say that it was just based off of their demographics. Turning Point, they, sort of had that fresh out of high school, fresh into college, that 18 to 23, real important age group. And then, of course, a lot of that age group, a very high percentage of that age group also came from a family dynamic, typically within the Republican Party, typically, just the whole family dynamic. And so I would say that they were definitely infiltrated in regards to the whole Turning Point USA. Everybody trying to get a piece of the pie, so to speak. And it's, how did we get to this point? Like, how did we get to this point? Now, this does seem like a very interesting interview that I may just, like, on my own, maybe sit down and watch and kind of, because I don't know Andrew. We hear his name a lot with Candace when she's speaking about him and things of that such. Like, she says his name. She's obviously had a decent relationship with Andrew, but I don't particularly know him. Obviously, I didn't even know Charlie Kirk either. I'm getting to know all these people. Same as with Barron. I didn't know Barron until he went over there on Candace. And so this may be like an interesting interview to watch, like I said, on my own time, like when I can just put them in my ear and go wash some dishes or something, sort through some laundry or something, do something that I don't have to sit here and like actually watch them, but I can just sort of listen and like see like what type of responses that he's giving if I find myself like interested enough, because I don't know what they think or who they think they mess with. And I'm not even just talking about Candace, because that was her friend. But like she said, we're not gonna just let this go. Like we're not just gonna let this go. There's no way that you're going to assassinate someone in broad daylight. I mean, in front of hundreds of people, and just think, like, that's very disrespectful.
And there's an important distinction to that when you hear who he's been associated with.
Look, I'm like, you gotta understand this guy right here. He's kind of like one of, because he doesn't, let me just let you know.
Living and working in Hollywood. I had a job working with Mark Burnett, of The Voice, Celebrity Apprentice, Survivor, Shark Tank. So he was doing those projects.
He's been around. You see what I mean? Like this guy has been around way before there was ever a Charlie Kirk, way before there was ever a Turning Point.
Then at some point he got into faith-based content.
See, look. Oh, and then some way, somehow, no. What happened?
Was thrown in
content
to the deep end of, one day we would be at Jimmy Kimmel, or we'd be, at one of the nightly shows, and then we would go to CNN, and then we'd go to Fox, and then we'd be at a church. Mark's chief of staff, a guy named Johnny Moore at the time, started a PR company.
Johnny Moore, look, he's dropping names, so pay attention.
Started with him.
Mark who? Burnett.
I wanted to write screenplays, actually. Doing the LA thing, my head was still very much in that space, and I wanted to make content. And so I kind of refused, and then he said, why don't you just work a couple days a week, help me get this thing off the ground, and then you can do your own thing. And along the way, we started bringing on conservative clients.
Look.
So he's working with these people, and he says they start bringing on conservative clients. Listen to the list of people he names.
Watch
and see what they have in common in your mind. And then I'll tell you my impression after he lists them. But as he's listing these conservative clients that Johnny Moore is bringing on this newly formed company that Andrew's working on.
His name was. Did I say Johnny? I heard I had Jesse. Thinking about Jesse on fire. It was Johnny. I'm trying to get it together.
With working with him. Listen to this list of people and tell me if there's a common thread running through these people.
So ended up, PragerU was one of those clients. We ended up bringing on The Blaze as a client.
The Blaze and PragerU. No, we all have seen the PragerU commercial. We had no idea.
PragerU and The Blaze.
Look, just them two alone.
Does anybody know what they have in common?
Something about bear.
PragerU and The Blaze are big Mike Huckabee fans, if that tells you what they have in common. Huge into Huckabee. Big Huckabites.
And at one point, Charlie came across the path of Johnny in Southern Florida at some event and said, hey, you should look into this guy. He's young, but, I think he's got a lot of energy. You should contact him. Here's his email. So
now you just randomly giving out people email. Oh, I met him here. Email him. Sir, I met you. Why are you forwarding my email to other random people that I don't even know?
So Johnny runs across Charlie at an event. He hears Charlie speaking. He runs into him at a social event. I'm not sure what, but he takes a liking to him.
For sure, because it's Charlie Kirk.
Now, keep in mind of when this is. This is pre-COVID. This is pre-Erica, or maybe Erica's just entered the picture. They're not married yet. They have no kids. But Johnny runs into Charlie, and he reaches out to Andrew and says, you need to contact this guy. You need to get in touch with him. You need to bring him into the fold. What fold? The Blaze fold? The PragerU fold? The people who love our greatest ally. You need to bring him into the fold. This guy's got a following. He's got energy. He's got money. You need to get in touch with this guy. How does that go?
I reached out to him.
I'm just trying to figure out, how is Jesse convincing people that Charlie is still alive? We'll get
said, hey, we'd love to talk about maybe working with you. He basically ghosted, for a while.
He wasn't interested. No, thank you, Mr. Colvin.
See what I mean? Because I'm like, sir, you're not supposed to have my email because I didn't give it to you.
Appreciate your offer, but no thanks. Did Andrew give up?
No. Persistent.
When Mrs. Colvin, when I first approached her, much like Andrew was approaching Charlie, only romantically, not for work. She also was not amused with your humble host, but I did not give up. And sometimes that's what it takes. And you'll be shocked to learn how this ends.
And eventually he had some news story that he tried to handle on his own that didn't go so well. And kind of blew up, and then he called me. Got to work with him via the agency for about a year, and then he basically said, hey, I like you, I'll hire you, I'll be your first client, and I also want to start a podcast, and I want you to help me do that.
So what you have is Andrew Colvett would not know who Charlie Kirk is, but for Johnny Moore, spotting Charlie Kirk and saying, this is a guy we need. We need him on the team. And sometimes all you got to do is plant seeds. This is what we do. We're pros. We're good at it. We're professionals. We've got people like The Blaze, people like PragerU. We can help you. This is a well-known tactic when you want to control somebody. You want to control somebody, you come in and you offer them something.
Of course, okay.
Maybe you offer to work at a reduced rate. Maybe you offer to make their life a little easier. But it planted a seed, and that seed germinated because eventually Charlie comes across a problem and says, I need to call that guy that I was talking to. What was his name? Oh, Colvin. I need to call Colvin. He needs to help me out with this. Now, again, we're just getting Colvin's side of it. Charlie's not available. We can't hear his version.
Right.
Charlie may have said, no, Colvin called me 73 times. I don't know. But when I heard him say all this, I thought, boy, this sounds like he was pursued. Like these guys are trying to handle him. Like they realize he's got enough of a following,
influence,
that they don't want him to be a loose cannon out on his own. They want to make sure they can kind of control the message, handle the message, put messages in, and shape Charlie into a different creature. Now, this is where it gets really interesting to me. We're skipping forward about 6 minutes. So if you're following along at home and you're watching that interview, or you want to go back and watch the rest of it, there's other good stuff in there. But I think I've got most of the good stuff in my clip. So we'll fast forward about 6 minutes.
Okay.
Now they're going to talk about what was the day of the Big Bang like for you? What did you do in the day leading up? What did you do on the day of? Tell me how it affected you. It's a very interesting discussion.
No. If you don't mind, can you just say something about what the day itself was like for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it can be brief.
Yeah, I know. It's so the day before, actually, I had booked an interview for him that he was not super pleased that I booked for him, but there was a good reason for doing it. But he was like, you know what? I'm tired now, and I want to focus on the tour tomorrow. So you're gonna guest host the show tomorrow.
Okay, this is interesting to me. This I book noted this in my mind. And this took.
So you book an interview for him that he wasn't too pleased about because he had just got back from Korea. And so he's tired, but you booked him an interview.
Research to put together and figure out what the hell he was just talking about.
Right. What interview was that he booked?
Our handler here, Andrew.
Yeah.
The guy who pursued Charlie.
Sure. What was the interview?
The guy who
look
worked for the guy who discovered Charlie in South Florida at some event.
Yeah.
And the guys got together and said, "We need to control this guy. We got to get in front of this guy." Andrew says the day before he passes away,
he had booked him an interview.
He booked an interview, and Charlie wasn't happy about it.
Where was it? Who was it?
Well, Daisy goes off and does Daisy things. She looks up every interview.
At exactly 3 a.m. every night, millions of people wake up with their hearts racing and minds spiraling.
Charlie Kirk had the day before and identified with near certainty what exactly was the interview
that was booked
that Charlie Kirk wasn't happy about.
Okay.
And when you see it, you're going to go, oh, yeah, exactly. I guarantee you he wasn't happy about it. I'll play a clip of that interview now if you guys don't mind. It's pretty fascinating.
Who? Go ahead.
It's pretty fascinating. You guys remember this interview? The eyebrow interview?
Oh, Jesus. No way. Not fucking being Shapiro. No way. This can't be real. This can't be real. My spirit is telling me that this can't be real. My discernment is telling me that this can't be real. This can't be real, right?
You guys remember when those caterpillars went flying up his forehead? I do.
Not caterpillars.
I'll play that part right here.
It's very important for our audience to hear this, though, because there is an incessant campaign. And one thing a friend sent to me, interestingly, which is, okay, Charlie, we push back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border. It's like, maybe we should also ask a question. Is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question.
I think we know the answer to that.
That maybe we shouldn't believe.
Look at those babies! Those are amazing. Those are great eyebrows, and they're high. They're very high on the
They
forehead.
look threaded and
They just went right up.
Shaved in a little bit.
Why would Charlie not have wanted to do this interview?
Exactly.
If you've not seen the interview, it's fantastic. I could play another minute or so and give you a nice feel for it. But why would Charlie not have wanted to do this interview? Could it be because he was texting Andrew Colvin and Dan Flood pretty much on this day, September 9th, saying, they're trying to kill me. These people are going to kill me. I think there are people who want to kill me. And Andrew, you know who they are.
So then that means that she got his phone, right? So then we know who they were. If she got his phone, she has access to his messages. That means that we... Oh no, John, listen. I didn't get a nap, for one. And then for two, I just took a random trip to Walmart. I know, I'm trying to learn how to be an efficient adult, efficient parent as well. And so if I put everybody to sleep, why are you trying to put this charger in here? If I put it, I don't know why I was trying to put that charger in there. That I'm telling you, it's hey. Sometimes you gotta hit up Walmart and Kroger and Publix, you know, before they close. They close at 10. You put everybody to bed at 7:30. You got time. I'm just saying, you be having time. And Madison and Madeline, they ended up going with me. I should have took some pictures and some videos while we was there. They were so excited. Oh my God. She got his phone.
Proud people. It's the people who do this.
Look at Barrett. Where are your eyebrows? Speaking of, sir. Speaking of, what the hell are your eyebrows at?
Andrew was aware of the text thread.
Where the hell is Barron's eyebrows at? Or am I tripping?
I've left no choice.
Damn well, he ain't sitting here talking about somebody's eyebrows and he don't even have any. What?
Leave the pro-Israel cause.
Right.
Andrew was aware of it. Yet he books this interview.
And then he's trying to, now he was mad at me about doing that too.
He books this interview. It's insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me when you put it all together in the timeline. Again, you got to get back to the basics. You have to strip away everything you think you know about the Charlie Kirk investigation. You have to pull it all away.
And start over from scratch damn near every day.
And you got to go back.
Every damn day. It'd be some new shit.
And look at the peepers.
And look at them damn eyebrows. They look a fucking mess.
It is peepers and the peeper covers. Look at those curtains.
Oh my God.
Everything the media says, because I know I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years. So, Ben, some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse. Some people in the Israeli government are saying, again, it's all over the place, right? You have opinions all over. In your opinion, what would a good outcome 5 years from now be, and how does one respond to the claims of ethnic cleansing?
Look at Ben's face.
It's just
look at his face. Andrew booked this interview knowing everything else that was going on in Charlie's life. Every other single thing going on in Charlie's life, Andrew was aware of. At one point, he calls him one of his best friends, his business partner. He acts like they were, thick as thieves. He's aware of the text message.
I'm just disgusted. Especially when you bring on that doggone Ben. Ugh. Let me see what's going on with Nicholas Rossi. Ooh, 51 minutes. My goodness. Come on, play.
Don't tell my employer I said this because I'll get fired. Nobody knows this, but if you want cheaper weight loss drugs, like weight.
Some momentum for the
Hey, how are you? How you doing, Nick?
I'm not doing that. It's go with someone I don't know.
He's calling you Nick. This is a man who knew Nicholas Rossi for 21 years. Nick, show him the two tattoos on your each arm.
I've lost all trust in you.
Ooh.
This is not okay.
How are you?
Picture this, big dog. You just woke up.
and something is immediately wrong. You're groggy, you're confused, you're in an unfamiliar place. Your head feels like it's stuffed with wet cement.
What happened?
There's this beeping noise, right? Slow, mechanical, relentless. You've no idea, where you were or how long it's been since you blacked out. The last thing you do remember before it all went dark was struggling to breathe. And you're told you are lucky to be alive.
What happened?
Then they tell you something else. Police were waiting for you to wake up. You were in a coma due to COVID. But now investigators from thousands of miles away were saying you did some of the most horrific and atrocious things imaginable. Crimes committed years ago. Crimes that destroyed lives. This is the story of what happened to a man named Arthur Knight, who awoke in a hospital in Glasgow, Scotland. He awoke to FBI agents claiming he had committed numerous horrifying crimes back in the United States years previous. Arthur, just out of a coma, was claiming, "You've got the wrong guy." The FBI were saying, "Nah, we really don't actually. And by the way, you're not Arthur Knight, because there is no Arthur Knight. Your name is Nicholas Aliverdian, aka Nicholas Rossi, and you're from Providence, Rhode Island. A convicted sex offender, a serial predator, a con artist, a man who, once he felt the noose tightening back in the United States, he faked his own death and fled to Europe." Arthur's response to all this? Bullshit.
Who are you?
I am Arthur Knight, and this is my wife, Miranda Knight. And unfortunately, there are those who would claim differently.
Are you Nicholas Rossi?
No.
Are you
that is
Nicholas
completely
Aliverdian?
insane. Absolutely not. I nearly died. And we are terrified. This is a case of mistaken identity.
You say you've never been to the United States?
Never in my life.
That's a lie.
Is as wild as they come. It's got more twists and turns than you can possibly shake a stick at. It ain't no stick big enough, other than the stick that's probably up inside Nicholas Aliverdian's, aka Nicholas Rossi's, aka Arthur Knight's ass.
I can't breathe. I can't walk. People say that's an act. Let me try to stand up. Exactly.
And what a character he is. Many characters, in fact. And also, folks, kind of trigger warning, this story involves, he's a serial predator, so a bit of sexual assault. And by a bit, I mean a fair bit of sexual assault in this episode. That's a trigger for some of y'all. I'll catch it in the next one. But now, let's give this wild, and wild is an understatement, story a go.
Are you finna come in here? No. Oh. Huh? Oh.
Before Nicholas Aliverdian became Arthur Knight, if they even are the same person, before the accents, before the aliases, the courtroom antics, the international manhunt, he was just a kid from Rhode Island.
Joanne helped Nicholas Aliverdian, who suffered from neglect as a youth and faced many challenges while in state custody. Now, Nicholas is a child advocate himself, thanks to his mentor.
She had the charisma of a stateswoman, but she also had the heart of a nurse or a doctor. She knew how to fix situations.
A rising star in Providence politics, a guy known by those he rubbed elbows with as a hard worker, a determined man, determined to help those most vulnerable in society, foster kids, kids with nowhere else to go. It was the late 2010s, and Nicholas Aliverdian had recently returned to his home state. And when it came to politics, you best believe old Nicholas, he was everywhere. He was the governor's office, the state house, the senate, all those other houses that because there's.
Can you slide that curtain back, Christian? He must have his headphones on. It was like you couldn't get up and slide it back. I'm like, You the one fucking came and opened the curtain. You can close it back. I just don't want all that light to be peeking through while people will sleep. Over here talking about he helping foster kids. Okay, sir. Okay.
Millions of them, those things. He was if there was like decisions being made.
What did I do with that receipt? Somewhere.
I just believe he was sticking his noggin in. He was like a bad smell. He hung around, he palmed the flesh, he made connections.
So I think if we are to confront the pandemonium that consistently confronts the Department of Children, Youth, and Families, we need to rely on experts. We have those experts, but those experts also need tools and resources.
One of the reasons Nicholas was so adamant about this crusade he was on to help kids, specifically foster kids, was that he himself had been through the system in Rhode Island. And it was not peaches and cream, let me tell you that for free. In 2011, Nicholas had sued the Department of Children, Youth and Families in Rhode Island, claiming that he himself had been sexually and physically abused while he was in state custody as a minor himself.
Alleges he was physically and sexually assaulted while he was moved in and out of some 20 group homes in 3 states.
Your worst nightmare, multiply it by 5,000. There were rapes, there were beatings.
Now, the state denied the claim, but they would settle out of court for $70,000. So it's a lot of money to be settling for if it didn't happen. He wrote a book titled Dreading and Hoping All. And folks, you're gonna love this. By the way, the book is sort of hilarious. It's also titled The Chronicles, Volume 1, because his life is just so fucking epic, lads. It needs multiple volumes. That probably gives you already just a bit of an insight into how old Nicky Boy thinks about himself. And he thinks bigly about number 1. Let me read out a little bit of the introduction to give you, a keen insight into the mind of this titan. Let me read it out for you. This is the first volume of a series of micro-books I'm calling The Chronicles. In the pages and volumes that follow, I hope to share my experience for the benefit of various audiences and readers. This series has been in the planning stages for over 5 years. With each volume, you will most certainly want to read the next. Real page-turner his life. Some of what I write in the Orphan Chronicles will be entertaining. Some will make you cry. Some of it may bore you. Already there. You may learn a thing or two about a subject or topic. Some of it, perhaps this volume, may be written hastily so as to explain that abuse I suffered without putting me at risk of an increase in the amount of flashbacks and nightmares that I already experience on a daily basis. Poor Nick.
Caesar Milan, how to add years to your dog's life.
Sardine.
9. Bone broth.
Trigger. Know your triggers.
For many years, you, from the age of 14, at least till 18 and 19, you were under the care of the state of Rhode Island through the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. And you apparently had some really horrible experiences. Do you mind just generally summing up for us what it was like for those years that you were either a foster child or a ward of the state of Rhode Island?
Well, Joe, I think that there is no better word to use than pandemonium. It was just constant chaos.
He was smart, he was charismatic, and he was trying to protect the kids. What's not to like about him? Why don't you like him? To the outsiders, Nicholas Aliverdian looked like, a success story, right? A kid who had been through hell, now standing at the podium demanding reform. So that was this crusader's life. Until the tragic announcement. Nicholas Aliverdian had been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and the prognosis was not looking good for old Nick.
I'm Paul Zandberry with the 8 o'clock WPRO News. Sad news to pass along. The voice you've heard on the air here on WPRO. Nicholas Aliverdian, he grew up in foster care here in Rhode Island. He sued DCYF and made it his mission to fight against what he described as abuses in the state's child care system. He has passed away from a long battle with cancer, leaving his wife and 2 children. Nicholas Aliverdian was 32.
Nick Aliverdian came into the public eye in 2002. The former House page and legislative aide said that while in the care of the Department for Children, Youth, and Families, he was shuttled among foster homes, placed in out-of-state facilities, subjected to assault and abuse. He sued the state. The lawsuit later settled, but he reached out earlier this year when he was diagnosed with late-stage cancer, prompting the introduction of a resolution to set up a House commission to investigate any unconstitutional or unethical treatment of children in state.
And just 2 months later, in February 2020, it was announced that Nicholas Olaverdian had passed away. There was even a memorial edition of his magnum opus, Nicholas Olaverdian, survivor of torture, Harvard scholar, child welfare advocate, 1987 to 2020. Gone, but not forgotten. His obituary reads like the martyr he is. Nicholas Olaverdian's battle for life ended on February 29, 2020. The children and families in the care of the Rhode Island Department of Children, Youth and Families, for whom he inspired and led through turbulent government transgressions, have lost a warrior that fought on the front lines for 2 decades. Listen up, civilians. He did 2 tours of Rhode Island local access talk shows. Mr. Olaverdian died 2 months after going public with his diagnosis of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was in his 32nd year. His last words were, "Fear not, and run toward the bliss of the sun." At the time of his passing, the room was filled with the sounds of the end credits for the 1997 film Contact by composer Alan Silvestri, a film and score which held special meaning for Mr. Olaverdian. There were even...
I'm trying to take it all in. You know, I'm trying to take it all in. 10 minutes in, and it's a lot to even digest for 10 minutes, Mike.
Remembrances in the State House or Nick. He was that notable and respected a figure.
I remember Nicholas coming in here and advocating, and he certainly had his challenges in life, and he tried to fight through them all. His passing is very, very sad.
I guess I'm trying to gauge, because remember, this is supposed to be a death faked. So I'm like, okay.
For us, and
okay.
May you rest in peace, Nicholas.
This was the death that was faked.
But as with everything in Nick's life, nothing was as it seemed.
Right, look.
Today's story is about a man thought to be dead. A man who claimed to be completely innocent when in reality, his digital presence, it told a different story. And you don't need to have a whole well-documented history like this guy for your online activity to have real-world consequences. Folks, listen up. Every time you use this crazy little thing called the World Wide Web, your real life in real-world location, guess what? It's tracked. And it is surprisingly easy for people to find this out and to know exactly where you are in real time. Maybe this is something you would rather a rando don't be finding, and of course, because your physical location is tracked, sometimes you can be region locked out. You need a way around. Sometimes it can be handy to say you are somewhere you are not. That's just a couple of examples of why it's a good idea to use a VPN. And folks, in the business, there is none better than today's sponsor, NordVPN. NordVPN ensures that no one can trace your IP address, your physical location, and it does that by routing your IP address through some other location, which one you can choose so no one can track you, but you can also access content that's only available in other locations too. I mean, it sure as hell beats the price of a plane ticket. And of course, NordVPN's features don't stop at being a VPN. Nord also has incredible features that you need to be safe. I'm talking a password manager, a data scanner, a dark web monitor that gives you alerts if your credentials have been leaked, and Nord's threat protection that blocks nefarious websites and advertisements, it scans files, and it stops trackers from tracking you. Nord's goal is, and it has always been, to make the internet better than it is today, free from censorship, online surveillance, and online threats. I don't like those things, so I'm with Nord. So become safer with a click by downloading NordVPN today. And if you use my exclusive link, that is nordvpn.com/thatchapter, you can get a special deal. Get a NordVPN 2-year plan, and you'll also get 4 months extra right here at nordvpn.com/thatchapter. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Once again, go to nordvpn.com/thatchapter to get a 2-year plan, and you'll also get 4 extra months, all with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you so much to Nord for sponsoring and supporting That Chapter. Now let's get back to it.
What's the point of faking? Oh, no, he got a whole nother ad. Come on, ma'am.
Nick had allegedly passed away in Switzerland, and he was even, there's actually two stories. One, he was buried in Switzerland. The other, his ashes were scattered out to sea.
Oh my God.
So, already we're
You're gonna fake a death, please cremate me. I was cremated. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Ain't no way.
What? Either of those suggestions is quite odd, given how passionate he was about his home state of Rhode Island. So there was no actual funeral in the United States. Then a woman claiming to be his wife, she called a Catholic church in Providence. Nick was a devout Catholic, asking if the church could hold some kind of memorial for her deceased husband. And she had this big list of demands that she wanted at this memorial, a list of who's who, notable people in Rhode Island politics, former politicians, currently serving politicians. She wanted an orchestra there playing Bach, Mozart, all those sorts of lads. She wanted a big old deal, and the priest was like,
Not gonna
okay,
happen.
I guess I'll get right on that. Till the priest, the father, he then, after receiving that call, he received another call saying, pump the brakes on holding a memorial for Nick. Because we're not sure he's dead, actually.
Who called and said that? Who?
Nicholas Alverdian was born in the suburbs of Providence, Rhode Island in July 1987. Nick was the eldest of 3 kids, and he was a very happy, sweet kid in
Please tell us how he got into foster care. Because I think that's
his days, despite not being born into top-shelf circumstances. Nicholas's father, Jack, was mean, and I mean, really so. Fights and arguments were a staple of the Alverdian household. Jack Alverdian, he had numerous convictions for domestic assault, selling the devil's dandruff, and for violating protective orders. One of those protective orders in question was from Nicholas's mother, Jack's wife, Diana, who had taken the kids and fled because Jack was that much of a big old mean bastard. Now, have a hard time caring for Nick and her other 2 kids, and Nick at this stage, while he was a youth, he would end up spending time in care homes, as she would have to give up custody for periods of time. And it was around then, while in these care homes, Nick would later claim he was physically and sexually abused by other people in those homes. Diana would later remarry to a fella named David Rossi, who was an Engelbert Humperdinck impersonator. I don't even know if that's a real name, but he would sing in, places like from smoky lounges to cruise ships, so he was all right at
singing.
Engelbert Humperdinck impersonator, but people probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. They married in 1996, but even before they did, young Nicholas, who had been such a sweet kid, he was 9 years old when they married. As a kid, he'd been very sweet, polite, lovely young fella. By this age, he was a different child entirely. From a young age, Nick would be diagnosed with a series of behavioral and mental health issues, like serious emotional problems. He was impossible to manage, constantly demanding, and would constantly hit his mother. And when I say hit, I mean beat the ever-loving shit out of her.
I know that devil is a lie. I'm like, okay, you can be bad. You can be bad. Be bad. Okay, to have all the behavior mental issues that you want, but one thing you're not gonna do is put your hands on me now. That's I draw the line there. But my thing is, if he's been in and out of homes, care homes, and she should have had him in therapy. You know what I mean? Like, she should have.
And going forward, he's not really gonna change much, like at all. So, look forward to that. Counseling, hospitals, been there, done that. Nothing seemed to be making a difference. No matter what the family did, they could not get through in dealing with young Nick Alverdian, Nick Rossi. He would definitively be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and ADD, and made the entire family life at home, like, completely miserable. Miserable for everybody around him.
At what age?
This would eventually lead to his mom kicking him out of the home once and for all, and he did.
Okay, I was trying to figure out how we got there. So you got your ass kicked out, basically, because. Well, we thought the therapy was gonna work. That didn't work. She got you a new stepdad, and I guess that didn't work either. And so, I guess you.
Once again, go into the care of the state. When he was a teen, he got a job at the State House as a page. Basically like, just a little helper, assistant for politicians and so forth. Nick discovered his own passion for politics, and people listened to him. He would tell the stories of how he had been a victim, of how he himself had been through the system, was currently in the system, as eventually his mom sent him to live in a boys' shelter, how he had been abused, and how he did not want to see this happen to others. And he read everything. Bills, laws, stuff that the other politicians couldn't be bothered or arse to even read. He would spend long days at the State House before returning to the DCYF shelter, hoping for a bed for the night. And you can probably guess, he kept the stories of him beating the shit out of his mom, his siblings, his emotional problems. He kept those stories, though, he kept them close to the chest. You don't need to know about how I'm actually a fucking monster, lads. I'm a victim here. A fun little story is that at one point, a representative from Rhode Island named Brian Coogan, he worked with teenage Nick almost every single day. He got really, really close to Nick. He was looking out for him. He was sort of a mentor for young Nick Rossi. And he was so taken with young Nick, he actually offered to adopt him. He even started preparing the paperwork to formalize the adoption when a judge said to him, "Slow your roll. I can't show you the files because they're sealed, but every single story Nick is telling you about stuff that's been done to him, he's doing to others. He will destroy your life if you adopt him. Don't trust him." And that was when Brian Coogan said, yeah. When he finally reached the age of 19 years old, Nicky aged out of the system and he would go and live in Ohio and go to college over there.
The moment of truth.
Going on, so much going on. I can't.
New drip job Zero Sugar Plus. I'm trying it for the first time. Okay, let's see. Shake, 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 Shanora.
It's not like Mike to be having
amazing flavor.
All over the place, but I'm trying to keep up.
When Nick was aging out of the system, when he was 19 years of age, he was sent to live with a foster family in Ohio, Charles and Sharon Lane.
Why? I thought that he had aged out. Why are we still talking about foster homes if this guy is not 19? He should have been in transitional housing or something. He should have, like, what?
2008, began attending Sinclair Community College in Dayton, Ohio.
Like, what?
There, a fellow student named Mary Grubitsky received a MySpace message from a guy named Nicholas saying he was...
I know that, I know for a fact we ain't finna just bring up MySpace and then brush past it. I know for a fact we not finna do that. I know for a fact we not finna do that. We're not gonna bring up MySpace and be like, oh yeah, she got a message on MySpace. Anyway. Excuse me, we need to put a pin in that. We need to put a pin in MySpace, okay? Because let me tell you something. Shout out to, we wouldn't have no Facebook, no Instagram, no TikTok, no Snapchat, no Tinder, no Bumble. We wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for the OG MySpace. What? Did we even have YouTube back then? Man, y'all playing too much. Shout out to MySpace. Oh my God. Shout out to MySpace. Damn.
To the area, and he wanted a friend. Mary clackety replied, she had a boyfriend, so if you're hitting on me, no thanks, pal. But if you're actually new to the area, you want to grab lunch, I'll show you around the college, yada, yada, yada.
Ma'am,
They
no.
met up. Mary and Nick, they met up, they had some grub, had lunch,
No,
got on
ma'am.
great. Mary would say Nick was very charming, very pleasant.
Of course.
As lunch came to an end, Nick asked Mary to walk with him to his next class, which was in the basement of one of the college buildings. And Mary said, sure, it's a busy college campus, right? Yeah, I'll walk you there, we're having a good time. So Mary didn't think anything of it, going into this remote stairwell, this remote hallway in the basement of one of the college buildings. She was going there with more or less a complete stranger, and it was there he changed completely. Because Mary realized there was no class scheduled. Once they reached the quiet hallway, he pinned her against the wall and started putting his hands all over her. Up her shirt, he took off her pants. Mary just froze. She was in shock, with Nick saying, I'm almost done, don't be a bitch. When it was horrifyingly over, Mary couldn't even process what happened. She just calmly walked to her next class, where she had a test. When that class was over, she walked out of the classroom, and Nick was there, waiting for her. He was now apologizing profusely for what he had just done to her about an hour before. He was saying, I'm so sorry, please don't tell anybody, please don't tell anybody. I couldn't help myself, you're just so beautiful. Mary said, fuck off. She went straight to the college campus police. Now initially she was told by the prosecutor there wasn't enough to press charges against this Nick person. That was until the police also then spoke to Nick, and in his statement, he said Mary was the aggressor and she had attacked him, which was, so unlikely it was very much enough to call bullshit, especially because of the fact that only 2 weeks previous, still in Ohio, another woman had made a complaint about Nick being, sexually assaulty and, rapey. She just chose not to pursue it any further. Mary would pursue it further. The case ultimately went to trial with Nick pleading not guilty, and he was convicted of sexual imposition, and Nick now had to register as a sex offender. Nick actually showed up to sentencing with a cane, limping. Oh, I can barely walk. Which, his little strategy to, appear kind of weak and vulnerable, it actually worked. Because he got 0 prison time. He just had to pay money, court fees, and he was labeled as a sex offender. Now, he did briefly try and get a retrial, reverse his conviction, because he said he found a MySpace post, which Mary posted saying she was drunk and she did it, she was in love with Nick, and after he turned her down, she just accused him of, sexual assault. Nick showed up to the court with a printout of this MySpace posting. It could not be found online, and it was quickly determined that was a Photoshop. And so Nick then became a men's rights activist, as you know he would, penning what might be, this is hilarious, the funniest essay of all time, titled, My Personal 9/11. In this essay, he accuses Mary. Folks, listen up.
Not your personal. First of all, as somebody who is very traumatized by 9/11, sir, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm talking about I celebrate 9/11 religiously every year. Don't do that. I write a personalized note to the school every year. Excuse me. In observance of 9/11, we will not be here. We ain't logging in. None of that. And we go through it every year. So as for somebody who is deeply traumatized, don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't disrespect that 9/11. Because it was very traumatizing. And it's only traumatizing in hindsight. You got to understand, 5th grade, we don't know what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. We have no idea what a terrorist attack is. What? Miss House, what is that? Because, you're saying terrorist attack, but I don't know what that is. And Miss House got so irritated with me because I'm like, I don't know what that is. Can you tell me what's going on? What that mean? What is a terrorist attack? Can you explain it? She had got so irritated.
It's a goddamn terrorist.
Shout out to Miss House. I love you. Ooh, I love that Miss House. Tracy.
My life and freedom has been under attack since January 2008, when the assault happened. It was then that Mary Grubinski falsely accused me of sexual assault when we merely shared a consensual kiss in a community college hallway. Her motivation for inflicting such a deliberate terroristic act upon me.
So you're calling the kiss a terroristic attack? What was he diagnosed with again? Narcissistic? Bingo. Just making sure
Apparently to preserve.
We get to see it in real time. We have evidence to back it up. Because if you can compare a kiss to a terroristic attack, sir, that's narcissistic personality disorder. Confirmed. Confirmed. Ooh, my spirit. That discernment is hitting heavy on me. But
her relationship with her then boyfriend, X, a firefighter who was informed of our date. I am the victim, and Mary Grabinski is the perpetrator. I am victimized every day of my life. I have spent the majority of that.
Victimized because he know he got that registration.
Trying to make the world a better place, lobbying for foster care reform, universal health care, educational system improvements, and other causes. My life has effectively been ended by Mary's evil act of terror. Understandably, my comparison of Mary's acts to the acts of 9/11 terrorists may be unpopular, but I feel entitled to take poetic license to describe the living hell that Mary's terrorist act upon me has caused.
Say it again. Say terroristic attack one more time. I want you to say it again. just say it again. I'm gonna make my blood boil. And then the fact that he's trying to flip this on her it really has my mind blown. Like, the fact that he's trying to flip this on her. You assaulted her, but now you can't even fathom the fact that, like, she told on you, you know what I mean? Like, she took it all the way through, and boom, you gotta register. And so, consequences. Sir. Oh, that narcissistic personality disorder is just... It has so many layers to it, but to be able to, like, see it to the point to whereas he done wrote a letter, and he's like, this is my personal 9/11. Sir, it was people jumping out the building. They would rather jump out the building than to have that building collapse on them. They would rather jump out of that building. Let me get some. People lost family members, moms, daughters, sisters, aunt, brothers, cousins. We lost firefighters that day. It was so much going on. And the fact that you could just try to use that to...
More to come, but here you have a fella who just believes he's smarter than everybody else around him. He can fool everybody.
And then the fact that now we got to do 9/10 and 9/11. Fooling with Charlie. And what they did to him. It's not right. Y'all know it's not right. Especially with what they did to Charlie. And so just shut the whole week down. Just... don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. It'd be like, look like a little 3-day, 4-day weekend or something. Because obviously 9/11 wasn't good enough. Ooh, let's do 9. Just go.
Rules, laws, rules of law, rules of morality. You must be joking. They don't apply to him. They apply to you, and they apply to me. Suckers. But not to him. And I mean, he never stopped. In 2006 and 2007, he had already been accused of rape. Neither, though, led to a arrest or conviction, and then in August and September of 2008, he was accused again and again. After his time in Sinclair Community College.
See what I mean? Like, you're escalating because, oh, they ain't gonna tell, but then as soon as Mary told, now it's, sir, boundaries.
He did briefly attend Harvard University in Cambridge, but the university eventually withdrew him from the course he was attending in Harvard because he failed to disclose he was a
sex offender.
Well, convicted sex offender. Though he would later repeatedly refer to himself as a Harvard scholar, like he did in the frickin' book. It really never stopped. Between July 2010 and May 2011, he was back in his hometown of Providence. And during that time, 4 women, including a woman he had been briefly married to, came forward filing complaints against him, from sexual assault to theft. One woman, this guy's such a pathetic worm, she said she had dinner with him. They went back to his place. He repeatedly said, "May I have some sex, please?" She said no, repeatedly, and then he eventually stopped her from leaving, forced her to give him $200, and then made her film a video in which she stated she could not pursue legal action against him because those $200 were for Nick's therapy for sex addiction. As I said.
Well, we finally have a confession. Let's give him a round of applause. See? That wasn't so hard now, was it? You're a sex addict. Gotcha. See? That wasn't so hard. You know they have prostitute for things like that. Just saying.
He was briefly married in Rhode Island. I mean, literal months.
You gotta pay to play. And obviously you broke, so bummer. So you gotta use your charm and your charisma, and then you gotta attack people and don't tell nobody.
After they wed, the police would show up to their apartment. Due to reports about domestic abuse, the police would show up. She had marks all over her. Nick did not go quietly. He was raging and banging his head off the wall. Police had to use pepper spray to get him into the police cruiser. In 2015, he moved back to Dayton, Ohio for a time. He was staying with the Lane family, who were his foster family back then. And then he married a woman named Catherine. Literally the day after their wedding, he began beating her.
Oh, like father, like son. Yay. Oh, those apples, honey, I'm talking about when they fall, honey, the limb be so low on the tree, honey, man.
Why I get triggered when someone gives me unsolicited advice. When I was younger, it came...
Give me your phone. Stop ignoring me! What are you doing? I'm getting out of this negative atmosphere.
Out of this negative ass atmosphere. Thank you for calling it out. Thank you for recording it. Getting out of this negative ass atmosphere.
Stop it! No!
Police would be called, Nick would be arrested, Catherine informed, oh, by the way, you won't believe it. He's a sex offender, a registered sex offender.
Why the fuck you married him, Catherine?
When Catherine would confront Nick about,
finding out
that, she would be told, oh, she's just some crazy woman. She was insane and she accused me, but I didn't do anything. I think she found that story of her brand new husband, who she barely knew, now being a predator. She found that story probably quite dubious when she once discovered in their now shared home that he had a whole binder. In the binder, he was cataloging female students at various universities that he had been to. He was keeping tabs on young women. Nick then basically made Catherine stay at home at all times while he spent all her money. Like, all her money. Lavish dinners, clothes, 5-star hotels, the works. He did at one point set up a non-profit that was supposedly designed to revitalize downtown Dayton, Ohio. Of course, any of the donations it got, Nick said, I'll have a bit of that. Money Me, My Money Now. This nonprofit Nick set up in Dayton, it also offered scholarships, like, thousands of dollars to students if you applied for scholarships. To apply for scholarships, you had to pay about $30. That's how much the application costs. There, of course, was no scholarships. Ultimately, Nick ripped off his second wife to the tune of about $55,000 before she found the courage to leave his ass. Soon after, though, Nick would be investigated for even bigger crimes. Remember that foster family I mentioned a couple of times? Charles and Sharon Lane, who Nick had been sent to live with in Ohio after he aged out of the foster system? Well, they began to get letters. A couple of letters. See, Nick remained close with them. He would visit them from time to time.
Didn't he need an address to register?
But they would soon learn those visits weren't out of the kindness of his heart or because he wanted to remain close to them or wanted to have some kind of, relationship with them.
Right.
Nah. Nick, it turned out, what a fella. He had taken out over 22 credit cards in his foster parents' name. And they were now in debt. Over $200,000.
How? When you was stealing money from Catherine? I don't understand. And you stealing money from the non-profit organization. I'm confused.
Fairview Bob, all right. The FBI were now looking into him for that. And they were looking into him for not notifying the state of a change of address.
You listen. You better go over there and ask Nicki Minaj. I'm like, excuse me, we need an address for these sex offenders. Sorry. I'm like, bummer.
As a registered sex offender, he had to do. They also discovered that Nick's name began popping up for more sexual assaults. There was, and unfortunately likely still is, a backlog of those, DNA test kits. So crimes Nick had done years and years previous, they were only testing the DNA now, and Nick's name was only popping up now years later for rapes in Ohio and Utah, and so ding ding motherfucker. All this while, Nick was now back in Rhode Island.
Ain't that my pants? I know a little something. That look like Mike. That look like Mike. Well, I don't know. It's giving my pants, but I don't know.
Ding champion. But when police went to try and find him in 2017,
I don't know that.
U.S. Marshals began to hunt for Nicholas Alibertian on charges of rape and of fraud and of theft. But the trail went cold when they found he had gotten a one-way ticket leaving New York to go to Dublin, Ireland. This was in June 2017, and he had not returned to the United States since. By the time he fled America in June 2017, he was on one hand a respected figure in Rhode Island politics, a hero of the system, helping foster children and people in need. On the other hand, he was a secret predator who went after women one after another, from Rhode Island to Ohio. He had 2 ex-wives, both of whom had restraining orders against him. He was a convicted sex offender and a fraudster. While in Europe, Nick continued to post and write about the issues he claimed he so cared about, which now just seemed like a mask to hide what he really wanted to do, which was attack women. Nick would say the reason he had left America in 2017 was due to threats he'd received due to his work, his tireless work, to reform the Department of Children, Youth and Families. They were out to get him, he had to go. Not crimes he committed. America just wasn't safe, for Nick anymore. And so folk back in New England, they began to, they received calls. Calls from Canada, from Germany, Switzerland, England, Ireland, Russia, all of these countries, with the voice on the other end of the line getting raspier and raspier. Until February 2020, he's fucking dead. The police, both the FBI and Rhode Island State Police who had been investigating him, alarm bells went off when they heard he had kicked the bucket. They began calling numerous countries in Europe, not just Switzerland, but everywhere they heard he had been living in, asking for proof of death certificates, anything, and nothing. No country or authority could confirm that Nicholas Alibertian, Nicholas Rossi, was dead. It was a joke. They had one lead to try and track him down. It was his IP address. Every time Nick had been sending an email, it led, to an IP address. But Nick always used a VPN, so it never actually said where he literally was. For years, ever since he moved to Europe, he had been using VPNs, so I guess he knew that people could track him due to his IP address, and he was on the run. That was till one time he didn't use it. I mean, folks, here, listen. I know, you know I'm always shilling VPNs, but they actually can come in handy every once in a while. They finally were able to track him down in December 2021.
Just trying to figure out what's going on with Mike and this red eyebrow. Like, I'm just staring at it. Like, I'm literally staring at it because I'm like, why is your eyebrow red? Let me get my screen back. It was just something that I noticed. I mean, if you can look, you can just see it. Like, it's just red. And this is not, like he got punched in the eyebrow. It's a weird place but anyway, let him
almost 2 years.
You don't see it, like it's on the eye and everything. I mean, it's not under the eye, but like it's like here and here.
After Nick died.
See? And then it looked like this is like swollen up here too. Like you can kind of see like a little.
Why are you not getting powerful erections even after taking an ED medication? It comes down to how arousal really works. Stimulation starts in the brain, where signals are sent through the nervous system, triggering the release of nitric oxide. That relaxes blood vessels, increases blood flow, and leads to an erection. But if any part of that process breaks down, whether it's due to stress, poor circulation, or nerve issues, you may not...
When authorities finally caught up with him, he was in the intensive care unit at a hospital in
How the authorities caught up with you, but you dead?
Glasgow, Scotland. A severe case of COVID had landed him on a
Close your mouth.
ventilator and into a coma for a time.
Close your damn mouth.
The FBI, along with Scottish...
That's what I don't understand. Like, you fake your death and then you got caught. And then you in a coma.
And Interpol, they went to the hospital he was in to confirm and identify that this was Nicholas Aliverdian.
Sure.
They identified him through his shitty-ass tattoos. Except when Nicholas was finally able to speak, he said he wasn't Nick. He didn't know who they were talking about. He was Arthur Knight. He never even visited the United States.
New details on a case that is making international headlines.
As we reported yesterday, a Rhode Island man, authorities say faked his own death, was apprehended alive in Scotland.
Target 12 has obtained
pink dress
out of Utah that is shedding some light on what he was wanted for and the chase to track him down.
Investigators.
Weeks ago, Aliverdian was hospitalized with COVID in Scotland. Utah County Attorney David Levitt says police in the U.S. sent pictures to authorities in Scotland, and hospital staff confirmed they had their guy.
He's gone to great lengths to hide his whereabouts, and he went to great lengths, I believe, to get out of the hospital in Scotland, so far as even trying to hire a private ambulance to be able to get away.
And so the battle began. Who was Arthur Knight? He claims to be an Irish orphan who had moved to London as a teenager and now worked in marketing and PR. He had never visited the United States in his life.
Out on bail, awaiting his next extradition hearing. Who are you?
I am Arthur Knight, and this is my wife, Miranda Knight, and I'm...
Look at them eyes. Every time they dart over to the side, just count how many. Not when he looking at her. When they, just that's one.
They're all those who were named differently.
Are you Nicholas Rossi?
That's two.
Are you Nicholas Aliverdian?
Absolutely not.
Miranda, who claims she married her husband in Bristol 2 years ago, says she was there when Police Scotland arrested her husband in hospital as he recovered from COVID. Arrivals to court for bail hearings were in a wheelchair, an oxygen mask.
You gotta roll the tank.
Dawn.
Luckily, he got a little electric one. Cause trying to push that wheelchair and that tank at the same time. Look at him with this binder.
This interview at their Glasgow home.
I nearly died.
Calm down. Don't start. I'm trying to put on this motherfucking show. Excuse my language.
I nearly died, and we are
Who is
terrified.
Ooh,
Might be a flight risk if I can't even.
They say to death do us part, right?
And
The electric wheelchair is
He's
not
just trying to fall into it. Sit up.
prop. There's no faking of this illness.
This is a case.
You can't tell me. You better go over there and ask Jip. What she did to her mama was unforgivable.
Of mistaken identity.
You say you've never been to the United States?
Oh, there we go. There go 2, 3. I think we're on 3. That might have been 4. There it is. Look, check at the eyes.
They claimed in court you were identified from tattoos.
There go 6.
True.
7.
No.
Ooh, they staring off now. 8, 9, 10. 11. 12, 13, 14.
And I've shown that
15.
News reporter
16.
after news reporter.
Child, he just closed his eyes at that point. He was like, you know what, don't worry about it. I'm just lying my ass off. Now just let me close my eyes.
In this interview with a US network, he did agree to roll up one sleeve.
It was up further, right?
Oh.
And have you had any tattoos removed?
The man wanted in America to face a rape charge is known to have multiple tattoos.
He's done quite a masterful job of hiding himself from the law.
Yeah, as I said, the more things change,
They got all that makeup and stuff to cover it. But anyway.
the more they stay the same. After he fled the United States, he flew from New York to Dublin, Ireland, and then he went to Essex, England. There, he entered into a relationship with a woman, a relationship that once again ultimately ended with an accusation of rape. He also, somehow, using the name Nicholas Knight Brown, managed to con a Canadian TV personality out of $40,000. Navsika Antipas, a lifestyle writer, TV host, she wanted to expand her food business into the United Kingdom. She found Nick online, who was claiming to be this marketing guru in England, and so they started working together to bring her food products to the United Kingdom. She sent him $40,000.
For marketing?
Did he do any work for her? He didn't be bollocks. She realized he was full of shit. He then began threatening her, saying he would call out her business as a scam, a business he didn't do anything for. Nicholas.
You know that narcissist, he do it every time. He do it every time. He gotta flip the script on you. Ooh.
Arthur married again, this time to an English woman,
Where he be finding these vulnerable women at?
Miranda Knight. They married in 2020, and she would stand by her man throughout it all. The couple eventually moved to Glasgow, and Arthur claims to be a university professor.
After so many years, I know him inside out.
Inside out? Ma'am, you're pushing it. Inside out is just absurd.
My husband does not have tendencies as a rapist.
Ooh. Oh, so you know rapist tendencies. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're confessing to? Because you know that he don't have it, so that means that you must know what those tendencies are. I know for a fact he ain't got none of that. Don't try him like that. Don't try us. Don't try us. Because he ain't got no rape tendencies. What's wrong with y'all? He don't do that. Beach, go sit down.
Going to be needing a very large team on the pitch to try to say that I am a rapist.
A very large team, sir. We got the survivors. We don't need a team. I mean, we can get a group. We can get a couple. We can get a few. But we don't need a team.
Not only are we terrified because this is a vicious lie, but we are also incredibly disgusted by the fact that we now have to live our lives in a secretive way because my wife can't even walk down the pavement to get a pint of milk. And it continues.
Some people would say you're saying it a secretive way, but you're now speaking to various media outlets, including us. Why? What is the purpose then of this interview?
The truth needs to be known.
Yeah, he disguised himself, knowing full well there were warrants for his arrest back in the United States of America. And he disguised himself in the way that you think he would, because he, of course, is smarter than everybody else. Hide?
No.
Get it. No, hide in plain sight by being the most, stick out like a sore thumb person who ever existed.
And he has to fake the illness. That's a part of the ruse. That's a part of the cover up. You gotta have that illness, that ailment, so to speak. That physical ailment, whatever it is, you gotta have that to sell it. He already tried that with the cane.
Proper fella. He wore bow ties, he spoke with an English accent, even though he claims to be Irish. Guess he just gave up on that one. His neighbours have revealed they knew him as Arthur Knight, an affable academic with a penchant for Panama hats, politics, and malt whiskey. They described him as an eccentric dandy who spoke with an upper-class English accent and attempted to stand out from the crowd, despite being wanted by Interpol and the FBI. A neighbour said, Arthur often used to wear a Panama hat and pinstriped shirts. He had dyed, highlighted blonde hair and a matching blonde mustache. He had obviously put a bit of work into disguising his appearance. For someone who was on the run, he really liked to draw attention to himself.
Because he's a narcissist. He can't help it.
He was vehemently denying that he was Nicholas Alverdian. He was Arthur Knight. He made bail and decided the best thing to do, get public opinion on your side. Don't hide. Be out in front of the cameras. All of this had hilarious results.
Of course.
Packed weekend, and rugged trucks built to handle every adventure.
Something. Because this right here is next.
What do you make of those photographs?
Handprints. Oh, I thought that was Pierce. I'm sorry. I like that little microphone.
The likeness to yourself.
I don't think there's a likeness at all.
Have you ever been to the United States?
Yeah.
You have a scar in the same place. Can you explain that?
Look how she looking. It's the realization for me. Blazer. It's the realization. Fingerprints, DNA, same. That's cool. I'm finna go ahead and wrap it up. Because now how much time I got left? 10 minutes. Let me just go get him. Give me a second. I'm gonna go and get him. Because I know you probably want to see him. And I ain't got but 10 minutes. He's so damn loud. Let me get him. I'm just trying to give you some time to sleep. Yes, I'm up here. Cover that up. Cover up. I can cut it down a little bit. Because it's bright. You get some rest. Hold on, because we got a lot of weight in this chair. Let me cover up. I should have got the heater on while I walk past. Hold on. Let me just cover you up. So you just gonna pee on me? Okay. I you didn't have to call me to pee on me. You didn't have to call me. And you could have waited until I at least close the blanket up before you just start peeing on people. Loud. Now you only got one blanket instead of two. Let me close you up. Because you can't be coming on here with all that business out and stuff. And we trying to finish with Mike. I should have sped him up. We need to see what happened. I got my glasses on. What's the problem? You don't like them? Try that light be in my eyes. Okay, but look, if you look over there, you ain't got to be worried about me. Yeah, see? Hey. Oh my goodness, that's a cool one. Hi. What you doing? What you doing? If they bothering you that bad, I'll take them off. It's no issue with me. I could take them off. Now you had 2 blankets. Let me see if I see another one closer by. I don't. I had to clean up your spot. You the one. Man, let me finish mine. I'm not finna. Straighten your legs up. Now my robe wet. I'm gonna have to wash it before tomorrow. Let me finish. I ain't got but 10 minutes. I don't have time to be talking to you. I took the glasses off.
The prosecution narrative is that you are an alleged rapist. There are restraining orders, assaults, fraud, and a very colourful criminal record that reflects a dangerous sexual predator. Are you that man? Are you Nicholas Rossi?
I can veritably say that I have not ever once done any of the acts that you just described.
Arthur, where were you born?
In Ireland, whether it was Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland, is up for discussion, but I know it was Ireland.
And do you have a birth certificate to prove that?
Unfortunately, if you are adopted, you cannot have a birth certificate in Ireland. In fact, if you can't find, or rather, if you attempt to look for your birth parents, you are actually committing a criminal offence.
Do you see a similarity?
Do you?
Your eyebrows are the same.
Ooh. Ooh. The nose.
I'm sorry.
The lips.
I don't know what I can do about my eyebrows.
Seriously, he did a lot, and I mean a lot of interviews, denying he was Nicholas, saying he didn't know what else he could do. He was Arthur. Who the fuck is Nicholas Alaverdian? Never heard of him.
What do you say to someone who believes that you are Nicholas Alaverdian?
Andrea, I am not Nicholas Alaverdi, and I do not know how to make this clear.
What do you say to people who say these are crocodile tears? He's putting on a show. This is all an act.
Oh, that's a right low blow.
He was a simple old college professor with a penchant for neckerchiefs. He would hilariously attend all these court hearings looking pretty dapper in his wheelchair. And I mean, like if you probably remember, pretending to be disabled had worked previously when he was initially convicted of being a, sex offender. When he came in with the cane and didn't get any prison time at all. So maybe he thought, hey, it worked once, I'm the smartest guy who ever lived, it'll work again. Duh. Meanwhile, in courts, they were trying to decide, was this actually Nick, or was this the wrong guy? Was Arthur who he said he was?
Mr. Knight is Arthur Knight. He is a British citizen. He was born in Ireland. He's lived most of his life in England. He's recently moved to Scotland, and he's not an American. He's been there his whole life. He's not Nicholas Rossi or Nicholas Alaverdian.
The tattoos were a big one. He had the exact same tattoos as Nicholas had. But Arthur was quick to say, I'm being framed. Those tattoos, they were put on me when I was in a coma in the hospital. That was about as believable as it sounds, and it went over like a lead balloon. Soon the judge was here to say, that just kind of sealed the deal. You were definitely Nicholas Alaverdian. You're the same guy. Nicholas Alaverdian, Nicholas Rossi, Arthur Knight. Same person. Now Miranda, she stood by her husband Arthur, saying he wasn't him, he was innocent. He's not that monster in America. She doesn't know who Nicholas Aliverdian is, but he's not her husband.
He shows love, he shows patience. I never feel unsafe. I feel that he is my protector.
Well, wouldn't it soon be discovered that, remember the priest at the Catholic Church after Nicholas Aliverdian died? He'd received a call from a woman claiming to be his wife in Switzerland, asking to do this memorial.
Yeah.
Well, Miranda Knight sounded a hell of a lot like that woman.
Oh my. So that means that you was in. Oh no.
Miranda Knight was claiming she didn't know who Nicholas Aliverdian was. Why was she calling a priest to try and organize a memorial for Nicholas Aliverdian?
Oh no. Why would you get in on the scam?
She was likely all in on him faking his own death, his writing the whole thing about his final word. Well, Nick probably wrote that himself. Writing his final words. You know, even some of the comments written in Nick's obituary, saying, oh, what a good guy he was, praising him, how he'll be missed. All written by Nick, for sure.
Why do you say that, Brian?
At one point while on bail, a Sky News, a news service in the UK, they set up a video call between Nick, Arthur Knight, and if you'll remember Brian Coogan. Brian Coogan.
I said that. I was like, that looked like Brian. Older version of Brian. The guy, the mentor. Oh.
Was the guy who tried to adopt Nick when he was a teenager. You might have already smelt it, but this made Nick shit his pants.
Of course.
Okay, so now. Okay.
Look at Miranda. Look how she looking. She like, what's going on? Who was that? Who was that? She looks scared. She looks spooked and nervous. He does too.
Nick, I'm the one that's Irish, you're not. Coogan, I'm Irish, you're not. You get that scar on your eye. If you haven't moved his glasses, you can see he has a little scar on the side of his eye. Did you see that, James? James, did you see the scar?
He's talking about the scar. How would you explain it to him?
I didn't know this, man. He's not a journalist.
He's lying, you Nicholas Trotsky.
It's Nicholas Aliverdian.
Y'all should have kept the camera on Miranda.
Early birds get the vacation rental. Book your week-long stay early on Vrbo and save over $530. That's the way to 30A.
I sped it up.
We didn't give birth to you, but we were going to adopt you. I know who Nicholas Aliverdian is, and that's you. I'll tell you what, we can wrap this up. James, we can wrap it up right now. Look at his two biceps. He has a barcode on one and a bird feather on the other, or a wing. Is he willing to show you his arms?
Would you, is that something you would do? You showed your arms? Your biceps?
I wish. I'm not getting into this conversation.
I'm done.
You're trying to say he showed you his arms. His biceps. Look at his biceps.
Stop.
Now go away now.
Thanks, Mr. Coogan. Thank you.
That's it. Bye, Nick.
Seriously, just taking one L after another, this guy. And Arthur and Nick weren't just there to defend themselves. They were going to go on the offensive. See, the rape charges in Utah had been filed by a prosecutor named David Levitt. So he was enemy number one to Miranda and Arthur. You can see on Miranda's Twitter, even today, that her and Arthur were accusing prosecutor David Levitt all the way over in Utah of being a sex offender, a child rapist, engaging in satanic ritual child abuse, all cannibalism, the whole kit and caboodle, all that kind of stuff he was doing. This is a Miranda Knight tweet. My husband is innocent. Full stop. There is more evidence for Utah County Attorney David Levitt's alleged pedophilia than there is against my husband. Not one shred. David, stop this charade. Be a man and stop whining when your political opponents unite. She was going all at him. Even the Utah County Sheriff's Office, they said, we'll look into these accusations against the prosecutor who was trying to, get Arthur Knight, Nicholas Aliverdian, sent away. So then when the Sheriff's Office came out and said, we're going to look into this, that maybe he's a sexual abuser. Smoke without fire. But then it turned out that the Utah County Sheriff's Office really disliked David Levitt, who was up for re-election. They were endorsing his political opponent, and so they just wanted him out of office anyway, and they were using this as an excuse to go after him. It wasn't until January 2024 that Nick was ultimately extradited back to the United States, and he was sent to Utah for 2 rape charges there. He asked the jailers to refer to him as Arthur Knight. They said no. The following year, he faced 2 separate trials, both for rape in Utah, and he finally admitted he was, after all this time, Nicholas Aliverdian. He had faked his death poorly. But he's innocent of the charges. He did admit who he really was, but said he didn't rape anyway. He faked his death due to the threats he was getting against him and his family. Of course he did. Finally, he would face the real justice that he had evaded for so many years. And after the trial, both of them, he would be found guilty on both counts. In September 2025, he was sentenced to 2 terms of 5 years to life, to be served consecutively. Once he's done with one term, he'll get the other. Finally, after being a horrific monster who preyed on women for decades, he is where he belongs. After swindling so many people, abusing so many people, and just being a real, what's the word? Piece of shit will do.
Mr. Rossi, you have the right to speak at your sentencing. You're not required to do that. Is there anything further that you would want me to know?
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. The noted conservative commentator, George F. Will, has said in recent days, or in recent years, that victimhood is the new status symbol. Like a small dog or a new purse, everyone needs to be a victim, because that is their way of signifying their status and their status symbol. I don't have a lengthy statement full of flowery language and hyperbole. However, I would say that these women are lying, and that what they have done is unjust, unkind, and not plausible in the eyes of the law.
As for his wife Miranda, she stood by her man until he went on trial in Utah for those two charges, and then she returned home to Bristol. No longer, it seems, standing by Arthur Knight, who no longer exists. You gotta wonder how much she knew. Was she complicit? Was she being controlled by Nick, who was known to be very manipulative? He was a fierce man for all that. We never know. Thank you so much for watching, folks. That truly means the world to me that you're here. If you're looking for some more That Chapter, stories told by me, you can find the That Chapter podcast available on all podcast platforms, and there's plenty of podcast exclusive stories right there, looking at cults and serial killers and I mean, the stuff I tell here, just also more of it in audio form. So give it. But until the next one, take care of yourselves. Because I love you.
I'm finna get out of here. Because I don't need no mishaps.
Wait a minute. Get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a
between time. Who is that? Oh, I know who that is. That's Koa. Hi, Koa. Hi. Hello. Hello. Oh, there he is. Oh, let's get up out of here. I know. I'm gonna get you a snack since you up here. Cut your little music on and stuff. But you ain't got no clothes on, honey. I gotta, in the meantime.